Let's go Falcons! There's been some news recently that has left everyone surprised. No one expected it, so let me tell you all the latest updates from the Falcons. Before we dive into today's hot news, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss the latest updates from the Falcons. Tampa Bay Buccaneers GM Jason Licht just dropped a bombshell that has the entire NFC South buzzing. In a recent interview with the Tampa Bay media, Licht admitted that the Atlanta Falcons should be the top pick to win the NFC South this season. Yes, you heard that right. Can you believe it? He's putting the Falcons above his own team. Now, let's break it down. The Buccaneers are on a roll, coming off 3 consecutive NFC South titles. Last season, they found themselves in an underdog position, but Baker Mayfield led an impressive late-season surge, winning 5 of their last 6 games and securing a spot in the NFC divisional round. With most of this team returning, you'd think the Bucs would be the favorites to dominate the division again, right? But here's where things get interesting. The Falcons made some major moves this offseason, most notably signing quarterback Kirk Cousins and assembling a roster loaded with talent on both sides of the ball. Rather than downplaying the hype surrounding the Falcons, Licht admitted that Atlanta deserves the recognition. That's great, Licht said. Only when they throw, but they should be picking the Falcons. Is Licht genuinely impressed with the Falcons, or is this some clever reverse psychology to keep the pressure off his team? It's hard to say for sure, but one thing is clear, the Bucs thrive when they're underrated. And who better to prove that than Baker Mayfield, a quarterback who has made a career out of defying expectations. Mark your calendars, Falcons fans. The first Bucs vs. Falcons matchup is set for October 3rd on Thursday Night Football, right here in Atlanta. It's going to be a game for the ages, and you won't want to miss it. So, what do you think? Is Jason Licht really acknowledging the Falcons as the team to beat, or is this just a motivational tactic for his Bucs? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Let's talk strategy. The Atlanta Falcons have been on fire this offseason, making some bold moves to position themselves as serious contenders. We've added defensive powerhouses in Matthew Judon and Justin Simmons, bolstered our offense with Kirk Cousins and Darnell Mooney, and made a surprising first-round pick in Michael Penix Jr. It's clear the Falcons are all set, not just for the future, but for now. But here's the thing. There's one more move we need to make before Week 1 to really solidify our offense. The Falcons are likely to trade wide receiver Tutu Atwell. Atwell had a solid run with the Los Angeles Rams last season, showcasing his speed and playmaking ability. But with the Rams' deep wide receiver cap, he's been on the outside looking in, especially with the Rams opting to use Kyren Williams as their punt returner. That leaves Atwell in a tough spot, and that's exactly why the Falcons need to attack. Imagine adding Atwell's speed to our already dynamic receiving core. London is poised for a breakout year with Kirk Cousins under center, and Mooney and McLeod bring that lightning speed. But let's be honest, outside of London, we don't have a wide receiver who is a proven high-level threat. Sure, Pitts is a beast, but he's a tight end, and his role in this new offense isn't completely defined yet. That's where Tutu Atwell comes in. He won't be the next Julio Jones, but as a slot receiver, he could be just what we need to round out this group. With Rondale Moore out for the season after that unfortunate knee injury in practice with the Dolphins, Atwell could step into the role Moore was supposed to fill. His speed and agility would give Kirk Cousins another reliable option, especially in those critical third-down situations where we need to keep the chains moving. We wouldn't have to give up much to get him. The Falcons recently traded Taylor Heinicke to the Chargers for a conditional 6th-round pick, and we could work out a similar deal for Atwell. A future 6th or 7th-round pick could be enough to get the Rams to part ways with him, and that's a small price to pay for a player who could make a significant impact down the stretch. Let's face it, Falcons fans, this team is on the verge of something special. We haven't made the playoffs since 2017, but with the roster we've assembled, this could be the year we finally break that drought. Making a move like trading for Atwell may seem small, but in the long run, it could be the difference between missing the playoffs and making a deep run in the postseason. So what do you think, Falcons Nation? Is Tutu Atwell the missing piece to take our offense to the next level? Or should we stick with the guys we have and see how they perform in Week 1? Let's talk about one of the most intriguing stories heading into this season. Zach Harrison, our second-year defensive end out of Ohio State, is primed to be Atlanta's breakout player in 2024. After a rookie season where he mostly played in the shadows of our veteran defenders, Harrison is now ready to step into the spotlight and make a name for himself. With Calais Campbell's departure, the defensive end position is wide open, and Harrison is set to take full advantage of the opportunity. Last season, he was part of a rotation that limited his snaps, just 342 defensive snaps, which was only 32% of our total defensive plays. But even in those limited opportunities, Harrison flashed his potential, racking up 3 sacks and 4 tackles for loss, all in his final 3 games of the season. Standing at an impressive 6 feet 5 inches and weighing 275 pounds, Harrison is the perfect blend of size, speed, and power. His length allows him to keep blockers at bay, making it easier for him to disengage and make plays. Whether it's setting the edge against the run or using his rip and swim moves to get to the quarterback, Harrison has all the tools to be a game changer on our defense. But what really sets Harrison apart is his relentless motor. This guy doesn't quit. Whether he's chasing down a ball carrier from the backside or funneling plays to the boundary, Harrison is always around the ball. That kind of effort and hustle is exactly what we need on our defense. Now, let's not forget the impact that veteran defensive tackle Jarrett will have on Harrison's development. Jarrett, who's entering his 10th season with the Falcons, has been a cornerstone of our defense for years. Although their playing styles differ, Jarrett relies on leverage and quickness due to his shorter stature. His mentorship will be invaluable for Harrison. Football is a game of intangibles, and Jarrett will teach Harrison how to set up his rush moves to keep blockers guessing. Whether it's refining his footwork or learning when to unleash that perfect swim move, Harrison's game will undoubtedly evolve under Jarrett's guidance. And let's be real, having a disruptive force like Jarrett in the middle only makes it easier for edge rushers like Harrison to shine. So, what can we expect from Harrison this season? If he can stay healthy and continue to develop his game, there's no reason he can't double his sack total from last year and triple his tackles for loss. With a full season of starting reps and the influence of Jarrett, the sky's the limit for this young defensive end. Now it's your turn, Falcons fans. What do you think? Is Zach Harrison ready to break out and become a key player on our defense this season? Or do you see someone else stepping up? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from you. And before you go, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more exclusive Falcons content. We've got a lot to look forward to this season, and you won't want to miss a single moment. Go Falcons!